Okay, you know what? Let's just start. Yeah, no, I'm already recording this. Screw it. Why not? I I am very sorry. That's an understatement. Okay, well, maybe not as much of an understatement as I'm selling it, but yeah, I'm sorry. I overslept. I overslept, and according to the starting soon screen, as you saw, yes, I overslept because I forgot to set an alarm. So at least now I know how long I sleep without setting an alarm for myself. I got home at about, like, say, 9:20, conked out in bed at 9:30, so that means without an alarm, I will basically sleep about, like, 10, 11, 12, 3 hours, 3.5 hours. That's kind of an awkward time for, like, one straight, like, sleep, but it's something. At least it was a straight sleep this time. No, actually, I'm lying. It wasn't a straight sleep. But if it was a straight sleep, then I would have just been out for like 8 hours. You know, like a healthy person, or as healthy a person can be if that person were to work like, you know, the night shift like I do. Yeah, I'm far and away from like a healthy sleep schedule at the moment. Hi, hello. I'm here. What's today's stream? Just chatting? Yes, just chatting. Yes, what does it say? Just chatting, very late, gomenasai. Okay, great. I don't know why the hell I wrote that, but we're just committing to it. We're just committing to it at this point. Yeah. So, here's the thing about this. Did you think I had a specific plan with this stream? No, I just wanted to talk because that's basically the best I can do at the moment because, if you haven't seen what I've been tweeting about for the past, like, what? 2 days? Well, the big reason why I wasn't able to stream is because I ate something pretty not okay. I think it was like a day ago. I ate something pretty not okay, and yeah, that wasn't a very fun drive home. That was for sure. That was not a fun drive home. It was literally like I had like maybe like a xenomorph growing in my stomach. That's kind of a hyperbole, but like if you want to know like how it felt to me, or at least somewhat of how it felt, then yeah, that's a pretty good approximation right there. So obviously I managed to make it home. It would be weird if I actually didn't make it home that day, and now you'd just be talking to, like, you know, the digitized AI version of my brain right now, which is you know, kind of not far off in terms of like personal lore. Breaking the fourth wall here. Why do I even have a fourth wall in the first place? You know, the fourth wall is there if there was actually something that, you know, if there was something behind it. What am I trying to say here? Yeah, no, there's no fourth wall with me. No, I've been very loose on whatever kind of character lore I was trying to push for myself way in the beginning. Yeah, you can even say I barely tried to establish it. It's kind of like how I barely tried to establish, you know, any sort of like further uniqueness about my model, which I haven't worked on yet. I want to work on this, but I really just have to I'm just struggling with the whole thing about, you know what, if I work on my own model, then that's less time for me streaming, which, you know what, at this point, that's kind of okay. But mentally, part of my brain is like sending out these waves of no, you gotta stream at least like twice a week because that's what you're managing so far, you lazy monkey. I wish I can actually, you know what, it would be ideal if I could have something that would designate myself as a lazy monkey right now, but unfortunately, it really just is because I'm just that busy and really poor with my time management. Yeah. Yeah, that's my life story at the moment. Me work, me sick, me So, further from that, there are at the very least, the last 2 days were pretty eventful, and you know what? We'll do this. how about we do looking through some of my I can't believe we're looking through some of my tweets. Like, if you take the context of this, it would make sense, but in terms of just like, you know, in terms of just what this looks like to the untrained eye, it's really like I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel for the day, which, you know, is not far off from like usual streams. But, you know, that's fine, that's fine. Here. See, this was happening the other day. This was happening the other day. Let's see. Yeah, so, yesterday was, well, not yesterday. Yesterday was Callie's 3D showcase. The day previous to that was 10 shows, yes. The day previous to that was Kiara's, and yes, I know I said before, I think it was like on stream before, no, it wasn't on stream, it was after the stream. It was actually after Ina's. I think I'm not going to try to find the tweet for it, but I basically said that, yeah, it's more than likely because I'm going to be working during the times when these streams will happen, that there's not going to be any more like photography coming out of me, out of my Twitter. But no, turns out these happen at like 7 p.m. PST, so that is a good chunk of time before like work for me. So that means, well, I mean, you could tell next weekend, or is it this weekend? This weekend, there's gonna be just a straight bombardment of photography, quote unquote, just screenshots from Ame's and Gura's 3D showcases. Which I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Ame first and then Gura, because I mean, even though apparently it wasn't supposed to be in this order at the that it is right now, it was actually supposed to be in debut order. Debut order was originally the order by which these 3D streams, 3D showcases was supposed to happen. I think that was like, wasn't that Kiara that said that or something? But whatever the case, I mean, it also works out this way because it would make it, I guess it makes sense for Gura to be the last one. Actually, you know what? Before even like committing to that, let me go and actually check if Gura is actually the last one. This is what happens with me. I open up my big mouth and just so sure of something, and yet it's probably not right. It's probably gonna be Amelia as the last one, huh? It's probably gonna be that one, huh? Let's see. Let's freaking see. Where is it? Where the hell is it? Oh, god damn it. Okay, you know what? I see, this is what I'm talking about. I was wrong. This is what I was freaking talking about. I was absolutely wrong. I thought Gura was gonna be the last one, but no, it's Amelia. You know what? Fair game there, fair game. That's my bad right there. Alright, that's my bad right there. Jeez. See, and this is why you always check your stuff first before you say shit. This is something I have not learned so far, and I'm already this late into my life. So who knows if that's gonna change for me. Let's just look through. Well, obviously I'm not gonna be watching the whole entire 3D showcase like on stream, because that would just be not very up and coming of me. We're just gonna quickly go through like some pictures. Ooh, man. Yeah, I ate something oily again for like my lunch, because guess what? I woke up late enough that I was late for lunch, so I decided to eat that before starting the stream, and once again, like I said, I have eaten something oily. It's just glistening like my throat right now, and I probably should have been drinking tea. Yeah, it even makes more sense for me to drink tea now, especially because I think recently my folks bought that. It's that tea you always have in Chinese restaurants. I don't know what that is. I actually don't know what that is. But it's the tea you buy. Well, you get at Chinese restaurants. And they have a kettle of that downstairs. And I should have probably gotten, like, you know, a cup for myself. That would have helped with the oiliness in my throat. But, you know, I'm just so used to just drinking cold shit. I always have, like, my decanter full of, like, cold ice water next to me, no matter what the season it is. Yeah, even in this very, very cold weather that we're having, which honestly is overstaying its welcome. Well, if you ask me of my own honest opinion, yeah, I still have ice cold water next to me. And that's because I just really don't like drinking, like, hot drinks. And the only kind of hot drink I will have is soup. I mean, soup can still count as a drink. You just pour, like, the soup into, like, a mug, and then you just drink from it like that, right? They have giant, like, bowl mugs, right? So it's not really too far off, if, like, the idea now, right? Just make some ramen with, like, broth, and then pour it in there, and then drink the broth like you would drink your, like, cup of joe in the morning. It's not that far off. You can drink soup like a conventional drink. Anyway, that's a tangent. That was a tangent. What was I looking at again? Oh yeah, look, it's Jimmy. This is Jimmy. Apparently, this is the official name for this specific chimkin right here. This is Jimmy, and for the stream to start off with Kiara here hatching an egg, that is quite interesting to say the least. But yeah, this is Jimmy. Apparently later on, he got taken to the usual room. So he didn't last too long, unfortunately. But yeah, just like, I think I'm very glad I actually like try to put text for all of these images, because there is like no context. There is like no context for like some of these images if I just like screenshot them and then just spam it on like my timeline or something. But yeah, she started with Sparks. Obviously, with a lot of these performances, given that like Kiara is the most like experienced idol of the group, her dancing is probably the best out of like all of Myth, essentially. So yeah. I know, like, I'm just thinking about it right now. Yeah, like, Kiara really shows her experiences in these, like, her experience in these performances. So, man, I can only just... If I put it, like, a side-by-side comparison of, like, Kiara and, like, say, versus, I would say, maybe, like... I'm trying to think of, like, the next best dancer. Who would be the next best dancer in Myth? Would that be Gura or, like... No, it would be Callie, right? No, that'll probably be Callie. If I just put them side-by-side... Like, you would still see, like, Kiara's experience, like, there. So, yeah. All these performances were great. Is actually what I expected from, like, the Phoenix here. Yeah, and of course, her, like, her home, like, 3D, like, area, I guess. Yeah, her home space, I'm gonna call it a home space. Her home space is the fast food restaurant. This looks nice. This is exactly what not exactly what I was thinking of, but along the lines of what I was thinking of. Let's look at these prices though. Where is the prices? Well, actually, okay, here's some of the prices. A Yago burger meal with a black sesame bun? Huh. Okay, this I didn't really notice. $6.30 for a meal like that. That is actually not bad. That is actually cheaper. That is actually cheaper than fast food meals in my area right now. Wow, this is actually great value. The normal Phoenix burger, given the pricing here, it doesn't matter if you ask for 1 patty, 2 patties, or 3 patties. Yeah, it's still $5.50, so maybe that's an oversight right there, but that is great value. I still would probably get the double, because who in their right mind would just order like a triple burger? That's just too much. As a guy who likes burgers, a triple stack burger, is just way too much. That's like too much meat. That's like too much meat to like... Oh, well, actually, this one actually has condiments between each between each patty. But yeah, still, that's a bit too much right there. You gotta learn to like know what is the right amount for like a meal before you start feeling like complete like ass. I've eaten a lot of fast food to the point where I know that I will never order a triple. Oh my god. I can't, you know, the last time I had a triple burger, that was... Didn't McDonald's have like a triple cheeseburger or something? A triple burger or something like that? Yeah, that was probably the last time. Just because I wanted to try it, and that was awful. I mean, I still like McDonald's, but the thing is just eating that much. Well, at the time, I was not really a big person. In fact, you could say that I was an adolescent, which also probably didn't help. Yeah, still though. It's just not anymore. A double is fine, and that's why the double quarter pounder is enough for me. That's probably still one of my favorite fast food sandwiches, even though I know it's McDonald's. Look, with that, I share the same philosophy as Mike. If it's good, it's good. Doesn't matter where you get it from. If it's good, it's good. And that's why, and I think that's what Mike Chen said about Ichiran ramen, I think, because that's still one of his favorite ramens, even though it's like, if you ask any Japanese person, well, okay, I shouldn't say that, but if you ask like somebody who has frequented the ramen scene in Japan, they would say, why would you go to Ichiran? That's like the McDonald's of ramen. And, well, remember what I just said about myself, McDonald's is still one of my favorite fast food places, so it would work out for me. It would work out for me. I just wish we had an Ichiran where I live, but nope, that's just... I guess they just decided to stop expanding, I guess. God damn it. Maybe one day, once I head to, like, New York or something, because I know they have a location in New York. In New York, I know that there's one Ichiran location, but apparently... Obviously, that's not what you're gonna get in Japan, but it is close enough. Maybe I can book a trip to New York or something. Not just for Ichiran, but, you know, for another vacation for myself. I don't know. I should travel a little bit more than just staying in my area. I'm gonna move on, because, man, I keep, like, losing myself in tangents. That is the double Yago burger. So here's the thing about this burger. This is lore from her, like, I think, second or, like, third stream where she was trying to come up with the menu. This was when she was trying to play, like, more and more into, like, the original fast food franchisee owner or something like that. She still plays into it, yes, but it's more like... It's more like... She still plays into, like, the fast food owner thing, but the thing about, like, there's just a lot more to her lore now. Kind of like how with Amelia, there's a lot more to her lore ever since she, a while ago, introduced herself as a time traveler. But I wonder if she's going to do the time traveling thing for her debut stream, well, for her 3D showcase. Because the thing is, the time traveling part, was it ever, like, officially, like, added as part of her lore? Was it ever officially added? Because, I mean, anybody who follows Myth, like, knows that the time traveling part is a big part of, like, Amelia's, like, lore, but in terms of, like, official material, they still tried to push her as, like, a detective, which she is still a detective, yes, but I wonder if for her 3D showcase, that's where we'll have, like, super concrete, like, confirmation that the time traveling part is just part of her lore now. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. That said, let's see. Here's Jimmy again. Look at that. I'm still so glad that, I think the artist behind, like, the KFP employee was like Dakuma, I think. Yeah, I'm really glad that, like, her design was officially adopted as, like, the official design for, like, the KFP employees. That was really nice. That's actually really nice. Shoutouts to Dakuma, really great person right there. Yep, there's all the employees right there. I think with, because I'm thinking with like older 3D showcases, they were able to control these these fan models right here, and they were able to add in, I think they were able to add in additional models for how many people like super chat or something. I don't know if that was like automatic or manual, but I can tell, at least so far, for these 3D showcases, they weren't doing that. I don't think so. They just plopped them down and then were like, yeah, here they are. So I don't know what the deal with that is anymore, or maybe that's just like a clue into just how they did it like beforehand, before these like streams. Let's see, what else is here? Oh yeah, there's like a little game show here. There's a little game where Kiara had to use her memory to try to make whatever the hell this is. I didn't know that levitation or psychokinesis was part of, like, you know, a fast food burger, but hey, I guess this is just what it is now. See, like I'll order a burger and then there's just like a floating drumstick right there. I think that would definitely make the experience. It reminds me of the floating noodles that have been like going around now for I think Chinese restaurants or something. Was it Chinese restaurants? Was it like, it was one of the Asian countries, and they have like a noodle dish that's making the rounds right now with all the restaurants, where like somehow they cook the noodle to like float. Let me go and see. Give me a second. I'm going to show that. Floating noodles. Oh, was it Japan? I think it might have been Japan, actually. Oh, I think it's actually, was it Japan? Essentially, can I open this image in the, yeah, there it is. It's supposed to look like this. Yeah, see, they are supposed to cook it in a way that it floats like this, and I don't even know what kind of sorcery they do in order to, you know, make it stick this way, but this is just cool. This is just cool presentation. Yeah, this is just really cool presentation. Actually, you know what? Oh my god, I don't know what the name of the image is, but I really want there to be like a meme image regarding these like floating noodles, and in the background it's basically somebody doing that. You remember that old I think it was that old meme image back in the day? I think it was what was it? It was this guy in a pose where he's like trying to levitate like a pizza slice or something. Yeah, I want somebody to recreate that image, but with floating noodles. I want to see somebody recreate that image with floating noodles. That would be absolutely like hilarious to me. Yeah, and a great homage to like a great like classic like image meme right there, in my opinion. Yeah. Anyway, let's see what else is there. Oh yeah. Fever Night, she performed Fever Night, and yes, this is basically one of my favorite like songs from her. So when I saw the whole like KFP dance floor turn into like Yakuza 0 or something, the Yakuza 0 like disco floor, yes, yeah, I was jamming out to it. I had a great time. That was a great performance there, once again, by the experienced idol of the group. But yeah, Fever Night, I actually have it in one of my playlists. Yep. I just like the vibes from it, you know? I just like the vibes from it. Here, give me a second. I want to check what this, like... I want to check what this is about. Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought somebody was messaging me, but it turns out it wasn't. I don't know if that was a bot account or anything, but... Let's see. Break time. Yep, there's Jimmy again. First day at work. Jimmy messed up, then he goes to the usual room. I did not take a picture of Kiara dragging him off there, but yeah, usual room. Now part of her lore. That officially part of her lore now. Let's see. Yes. Yeah, her first performance with somebody in the 3D showcase was with like fellow Holotori member Shuba, and I think before this or like after this, they actually did the meme. They actually did the meme. They did the dancing duck meme. Let me go and actually find a video of that. One second. Dancing duck. Let's see. Oh my god. So here's the thing. I was typing in Kiara 3D Subaru, and then I put in Kiara 3D Shuba. Like, I call, like, Subaru Shuba so much that it's just replaced, like, her actual name for me in my, like, memory banks. Jeez. I think it's right here. I'm gonna turn off the volume, obviously. But, yeah, they did this during the 3D stream. Remember this meme? Oh, man, I remember that making the rounds back, like, a while back. Was it, like, last year or something? Yeah, the dancing duck meme, they did that. That was nice. That was really nice. Man. So, I can always count on Kiara for, like, being the one most in touch with, like, the memes. Which is showcased later on when she was telling Callie, like, in her 3D showcase stream to I think, do the caramel dancing. That is, like, ancient memeage right there. But one that, you know, it's still a little cringe, but it's still nice to see. Still nice to see, but a little cringe. That's basically what it is for me. Yeah. Oh, and the next person she had on was a Nene. Yeah, Nene. That was great. Orenz. And I think, like, after that was it, I think. She only had 2 guests for her showcase, whereas Ina had, like, 3. But Ina's 3 guests, they were, like... I'm trying to wonder, like, what was the thought process behind, like, inviting them as guests? Because with this one, it makes sense to have Shuba because she is part of Holotori, and then Orenz because, Nene was, I think one of Kiara's, first, like, prominent, collab partners during her, like, first year. Like, the beginning of her first year. So, that makes sense. But I think after that... Shoot, it would have been nice for like, a 3rd guest. And that guest being, like, Pecora or something. Oh, are we back? Okay, we're back. But yeah, it would have been nice if it was, like, Pecora. But yeah, her final song surprisingly was "Do You," and at some point during it, she spontaneously combusted, and that was the end of Tensho. So rest in peace, Tensho, for, like, shoot, would that be, like, the 4th time she, like, RIP'd? Because I remember in the beginning, in her first year, she got bonked by, like, YouTube several times, and then re-debuted in different languages. That was really a nice, like, capitalization of, like, circumstances right there. So, big ups to her for doing that. But yeah, I don't know why they had her spontaneously combust. I mean, obviously, obviously because she's a phoenix, but other than that, I don't know. Is this something she can do on demand now? Especially now that, like, because they have their 3D showcases, it was implied, like, over the course of time before these that, like, they were able to use their, like, 3D models, but only for, like, special occasions. They were, like, heavily recommended to use them for, like, special occasions. So, I guess now with these showcases, the shackles officially come off, and I wonder how many of them will actually, like, continue using their 3D models, like, regularly. For me, I think out of all of them, I could see Kiara using it, like, very frequently. I know Ina has used it, like, a couple of times, but I think, in my opinion, Ina's gonna settle on that, like, new variation of that, like, kimono outfit with, of her with, like, the scarf and everything. I think that's what she's gonna settle on for a minute. Which, you know what? I like it. Her new outfit's pretty good. What else? Oh yeah, Callie's. So the big thing I will say about like Callie's is like later on, but we're just gonna go and shotgun through these. Look at that. Look at that. This stage is absolutely awesome. Like, I think Callie, in my opinion, has the best like stage, the best personal stage in like the company right now. But I'm only saying this because I definitely do like me some edgy imagery, okay? Like this kind. I like that. She started off with Wanted Wasted, and I like how that the scythe guitar, the scythe bass, is part of her like shtick now. Then she came around with Nezumi Scheme, and yeah, this is a cute image. I can already tell a lot of people screenshotted this one. I know one of them is like, I think, Ollie, so great. I'm glad we all had the same idea. She's toasting. She's toasting, because, I mean, look. Even though Callie doesn't drink, like, red wine as much as she did before now, I mean, it makes sense. She established that as part of, like, her own, like, thing in the beginning, so why not, like, call back to it? And then there's the deadbeats. I mean, that's their skulls. That's their skulls. Then she stepped on them, which made a lot of them very happy. Again, the scythe bass, really cool. And this moment right here is really sick. They actually had a whole like fighting sequence with quick time events, and like, to me, this shows that Callie played a lot of Devil May Cry. So yeah, if you didn't think of Nevon when like she brought out her like bass guitar, her like scythe bass, I don't know, man. That just tells me you haven't played Devil May Cry 3. Yeah, this just reminds me of like Nevon. That's really cool. I hope that becomes like her like secondary weapon now. It should be. I know her original scythe is gonna be like, you know, the one she mostly uses, because that's just, you know, that's just her original scythe. But I don't know, somebody or like cover, like make an asset that replaces that scythe with like the base scythe. That's really cool, in my opinion. That would be cool. Oh yeah, Myth members, they had her do, you know, the whole like poses thing for like, you know, the viewers, the photographers and stuff like that. She tried to do the worm. She tried to do, I think, caramel dancing because Kiara requested her to do it. Then a cartwheel. Then I guess Moe Moe Kyun. Then that was her own variation of it. Oh yeah, there's like armpits for like Watame. Apparently Ina and Ame were there also, just invisible. So they were like, and at first I thought, wait, this is weird. Didn't Ina just have her like 3D like showcase? Why wasn't she visible? But apparently this is just a normal thing with these 3D showcases, where like other members will like come in like invisible so they can be like the cameraman essentially. Yeah, so Ina was the cameraman, and I didn't take any pictures of it because I guess I'm just not as cultured as some people. But yeah, Ina knew all the angles essentially. Oh, but this right here, these two, I'm just gonna say, this is probably the highlight of the showcase for me. Like, yeah, her guess, you would think that her guess, if you didn't see her tweets about, like, her guess, like, being a surprise, you would think that, oh, she's probably gonna have, like, you know, Hollow members and stuff like that. She's probably gonna bring in, like, say, like Watame or, like, Suisei or, like, you know, that kind of thing. But no, she actually, like, brought in Boogie Vox. For those of you that don't know, Boogie Vox is disbanding, I think March 6th. And I don't know if they said anything about like a farewell like concert before that. So in my mind, like Callie like dedicating her time dedicating for a chunk of her like 3D showcase to send off Boogie Vox is actually like, that's like amazing. That's like I still cringe when I say it, but I really mean it here. Giga Chad energy. That's actually like such a great thing for like Callie to do, because like Boogie Vox is incredible in my opinion. Like Free here. I think his name is Free. I keep flip-flopping between Free and Fry or something. Because I know it's supposed to be short for like for Frankenstein, right? So maybe it'll be Fry then. But yeah, like he's a great rapper. Honestly, he's a great rapper. Yeah, man, his flow is like incredible. There was a part in like I think Graveyard Shift where he did like stumble a bit and like tried to catch up, but other than that, like he just nailed it. He just nailed like the rest of it. And C right here, C, I think that's how you say it. C or yeah, I think it's C. She has pipes on her. She has like Toa level of pipes, and I'm just like so like surprised by like the powerful voice that comes out of this tiny person right here, man. So yeah, that is incredible that like Callie actually like dedicated part of her like 3D showcase to send off. In her words, it's her Dai Senpai, which basically she's saying that before Hollow Pro, like Boogie Vox was basically like her like what's the equivalent word for like senpai in like in English or something? I don't know, but basically they knew each other for a long time, even before Callie joined like Hollow Pro, and it's implied. It's implied, but also I'm taking it as headcanon right now. I think that like Boogie Vox were the ones that convinced like Callie to like join like or take the step forward to join like Hollow Pro. So in my mind, there's a lot to thank like Boogie Vox for. And you know what? What I'm glad about though, I mean, I'm kind of sad that they're disbanding, but the good part about their disbanding is that they were just like disbanding over like creative differences, and there was no vitriol about it at all apparently. It's basically just that, yeah, going forward, their like career paths are essentially going to diverge, and that's like, that's just life, and they basically agreed on that. So they are like separating like as a group, but I don't know if like they're just separating as like Boogie Vox, or they're just like and like dropping like the whole characters associated with Boogie Vox, or they're just dropping like just the duo, and then they're both doing their own thing. If they're just both doing their like own thing, then I mean, I'm gonna try my best, but I'm gonna like follow both like Free and C. Yeah, I'm gonna try to follow both of them, because they are, yeah, they're both great. They're both great, and I feel like part of me feels like I gotta, because of just like, and my headcanon about them and how much like I gotta thank for them for like bringing Callie in. That's my headcanon. I don't know if that's like completely true or not, but it's I would say it's sort of implied. Yeah. But yeah, that's basically what I've been doing the past like couple of days. I've just been, looking at. I've just been watching the 3D showcase streams, and that's yeah. There's really not much I can say other than like that's all I've been doing, because I've been sleeping a lot the past couple of days, and that's also partially because I was not feeling super good. Yeah. You know what? I'm trying to think. I'm starting to think about it right now. I think the thing that made my stomach not feel so great that day I actually started getting like a little bit sick. I think I actually ate like old like seaweed, I think, or just bad seaweed. Because at work there's like a vending machine where you can actually get like very cheap like seaweed like packs. I usually get one to eat alongside my meal, because I just like, the saltiness and the taste of seaweed. It actually rounds out a lot of like the meals I have for like lunch for me. But I think the pack that I got was like, I think it ended up being bad. I don't know. Yeah, that might have. Okay, here's the thing. Is that gonna make me stop getting seaweed over there? I guess for now, because of the fact that I actually bought that same seaweed as like, a pack when I went grocery shopping recently. So yeah, I don't need to buy that anymore over there until I inevitably run out. Yeah. Oh, anyway, give me a second. I gotta go and take a little bit of a break to like empty my bowels. I'll be right back. Sorry for the TMI. BRB. Yeah, hi. Hi, Tetsu. Yes, I'm alive. Now I'm alive. Hi. What's up? Oh my god. Hey, who wants some TMI information? You know what? I was about to say who wants some TMI and then just, like dump y'all with, like, the TMI about the bathroom break, but I decided not to. You know? Let me just, let's see. No, what was it again? Topic? I don't know. There you go. And we're losing, like, frames here. Are we back? Are we back? We're back. Okay, yeah. That's been happening a lot recently. That's actually been happening a lot recently, for those of you wondering. Like, the frame drops and everything. Yeah, that's been happening, like, not too infrequently recently. I don't know if it's because of, like, the weather in my area or what. Actually, that just reminds me of something. How does weather affect, like, the internet in an area? Because I keep hearing that, and people keep reiterating that to me whenever something like that happens. So here's me, just completely, like, accepting the fact that, well, not the fact, the common reasoning behind internet outages, and it's like, yeah, it's the weather, it's the weather, and I'm like, now I'm just thinking, is it the weather? Is it the weather? I don't know. I honestly can't tell you. Oh, man. Okay. Let's see. Where did we leave off on? Okay, well, actually, we left off on the earlier TMI, but now, oh, yeah, here's a topic. State of gaming for me. This isn't super heavy for me, because, here's the thing. Last stream, I was playing Yakuza Ishin, or Like a Dragon Ishin. Yeah, I was playing that, and here's me thinking that, alright, you know what, I'll save playing the game. I will save playing the game until they actually fix the optimization issues on PC. Little did I know is that, I just completely don't know when these companies actually, like, update their games. But I know the update is gonna happen. It just didn't happen as soon as I thought. Because by the time of this stream, I was thinking, okay, we can play Ishin again. But turns out, no. Because they still haven't released the patch for it. They still have not released the patch for it. I mean, I could even look on Steam right now. I will open up Steam, and I can guarantee you that Ishin will not have, like a patch or an update queued. So I'm here thinking that by the time Ishin, like, gets its patch is gonna be the time, well, Wolong comes out. And just to remind folks, I'm going to be playing a lot of Wolong. Once Wolong comes out, I'm just going to be binging that game. It's kind of like how, like, let's see. What is an example of, like, a Holo Pro member? Well, it actually doesn't even have to be a Holo Pro member. Actually, you know what? It could be a Holo Pro member. It's like Callie binging Elden Ring when that came out. Like, a lot of her streams were just Elden Ring. And that was a great time. But basically for me, it's gonna be like a Callie Elden Ring situation. I'm just gonna be playing a lot of Wolong. Like, maybe there's, like, a stream in between there where I'll play, like, another game for, like, a little bit. But no, it's gonna be Wolong. Because, man, do I love Neo. I can only hope that the combat in the game is just as, has as much depth as, like, Neo. But the thing about Neo combat depth is that a lot of the mechanics and, like, tech that people use in, like, Neo 2, it's I don't think it was intentional. But it still becomes part of, like, an expert player's, like, repertoire, right? So hopefully people discover some really, like, awesome, like, tech to use in, like, Wolong, and hopefully the game is as fun as Neo 2. Hopefully. I mean, hopefully Team Ninja takes, like, some lessons learned from, like, their previous entries in, like, the whole Neo sphere. Hopefully they do. The big part of it is I hope the stages, like, are at least somewhat better. Because one of the big weaknesses about Neo, in my opinion, one of the big weaknesses about Neo is just the stages. The stages and then levels in Neo are, like, its weakest point, because... man, they're big levels, but they're not, like... They're not created in a way that, like, evokes, memorability, essentially. They're not created in such a way. They're created like game stages, rather than, like, set pieces, you know? Yeah. I think that's one of my, like, complaints about, like, Neo, is that, there's not a lot of set pieces in the stages. It's more or less, they're just stages. They're just stages that you go from point A to point B, and fight maybe, like, a boss or two there, and that stuff. That's basically what I remember from, like, Neo stages. Now, I remember a lot of parts of the Neo stages, but that's only because I played the game so much. Like, I think I clocked in, like, between both of my playthroughs, one playthrough myself, second playthrough with my friend Lee, that, I think it clocked in about, like, in total, 500 to 600 hours. Yeah. The Diablo grind really does it for me. The Diablo and skill grind really does it for me in that game. Yeah. Hopefully Wolong has the same, but not really with the Diablo loot system. I think I'm kind of done with the Diablo loot system for that game series specifically. But if they do it, you know, I just gotta live with it, because I know that once I get into it, it's just gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem with me just keeping on grinding for, like, the perfect rolls on, like, a weapon and stuff like that. God, it's gonna be awful. Man. Shoot. And it comes out this week. It actually comes out this Friday. I'm so excited. I'm so excited it comes out this Friday. You can bet that, I think the morning... I think it might be the morning of, like, Friday. The morning of Friday, the 3rd, would, well... I think it comes out the 3rd everywhere, I think. So, the 3rd... Like, as soon as I get some rest in, the morning of Friday, we're just gonna play that as long as possible. As long as possible. We're gonna play Wolong. Yeah, I'm gonna break my own rule of stopping, like, streaming before, like, lunch, because I just want to play Wolong. This is how much I want to play this game. The only other game that will evoke this kind of, like, this kind of breaking of my own standards from, like, me is, well, Armored Core 6. The only problem with Armored Core 6 is that, at this point, it really feels like Armored Core 6 is gonna release, like, more so towards fall than summer. Which sucks, because I really just want to play Armored Core 6. Like, summer would be the best time for me to do it, because there's going to be a lot of life-changing things happening, hopefully by, like, fall or, like, winter of this year. So summer would have been the best time for it. So I can't guarantee that I will do the same thing for Armored Core 6 when that releases this year. But, you know, hopefully I get things sorted out beforehand so I can actually dedicate some time to playing that game, because, yeah, my two most anticipated games of this year are Armored Core 6 and Wolong Fallen Dynasty. And I'm about to fulfill one of those, like, this week. So, great. That's, like, 1 out of 2. 1 out of 2 so far. Oh, speaking of what's going to happen on the 3rd, here, let me go and, like, show you guys. Let me go and show you. So guess what I bought? I bought this. Okay, I bought... Please load. Okay, I bought this. Yeah, just to remind folks, I still intend to stream me playing like sim racing. I still intend to stream sim racing. It's just that currently at the moment, being a desk racer is not a good idea. Being a desk racer is absolutely not a good idea. Just because of the fact that the clamps, because of how much rattle the direct drive wheelbase that I got, which is the Moza R5, like for the desk that I have, it doesn't really work. It doesn't really work out because I already know if I use it enough, it's just gonna damage the desk, basically. It's just gonna straight up damage the desk. So this is what I'm buying. I'm buying the NLR Wheel Stand 2.0, a hefty metal MFer, a really hefty metal MFer that's going to mount all of my stuff here like this. I know it has Thrustmaster products on there, but I'm gonna stick a Moza R5, the SRP lights, and then like the USB eBay shifter and handbrake on there. And what I like about this wheel stand is that it folds up. It can fold, so I can stow it away like in a corner in my room, and it also has the wheel trough right here because I don't have like a racing chair. A racing chair is expensive unless I want to go to the junkyard and then like just grab like an old chair there. See, this right here, you just put your wheels in the trough like for your like computer chair, your gaming chair. Unfortunately, I have a gaming chair because I fell for that like scam. I fell for that scam that is gaming chairs. But yeah, right here, you just stick it right there, and then yeah. The reason why you would want to stick your chair in the trough here is because especially if you have load cell pedals, if you press hard enough, you might lift the stand, essentially. You actually might, like, there might actually be movement in the stand, and that's from you pushing so hard against the pedal. So yeah, that's basically there to keep this in place, The fact that, like, in my room at least, I have carpet, so that helps a lot with, like, not having this be able to move, but having the wheel trough there also helps a lot too. So this is basically what it's gonna look like. Just replace the Thrustmaster products with like Moza and like Chinese products, which, mind you, still work really well. And the reason why I picked this wheel stand, because there was another wheel stand that I was looking at, and that was the GT Omega Apex. That was another wheel stand that I was looking at. The problem with the GT Omega Apex is that look at the mounting right here for like the shifter. That's literally, they only have a mounting for like a shifter and not a handbrake. Yeah. Basically, the build quality is similar to the NLR wheel stand, and it's for cheaper too, and you can buy this without the shifter and wheel trough add-on. And you can basically buy that for like $150 normally. So this is great value if you are just using paddle shifters and, you know, are actually using, well, have no need to use like the wheel trough or anything. But that's the difference between this and this one. And the other thing too is that I think with the GT Omega, this is actually the front half of their standard cockpit. So in sim racing, the ideal like area by which you want to like sim race in is like in a cockpit, essentially, a metal cage, essentially. Yeah, that's basically what you want to be like sim racing in if you're taking it super seriously like that. Me, I don't have the room for like a cockpit or anything. Neither do I have the money to shell out for it. I don't have $1,000 or like even like 800 for it. So yeah. Oh, wait a minute. This one does it too. You can actually add on like the seat here. Okay, you know what? So that's not a difference between the two. Basically, with the wheel stand 2.0 here, it looks like you can add in a next level racing like a seat to it, with the whole bracket and everything. Same thing with the GT Apex Omega. So really, with these two choices, it all depends on like on the finer details. And I decided to choose the wheel stand 2.0 because of this right here. This right here does it for me. It has a mount for the handbrake, and it has a mount for the shifter. Yeah, that's basically why I got it. Now, is it going to fit like the USB handbrake though? Because I'm looking at it right now and I'm like, is that actually going to fit on there? I need to see what the length of this bracket is. Because, if being perfectly honest, the Thrustmaster, where is it? The Thrustmaster, like, wheel stand? Where the hell did it go? Where the hell did it go? Yeah, the Thrustmaster, like, this right here, this honker right here, I think that's a bit longer than the USB, like the Chinese USB handbrake, but there's only one way to find out, and it's for me to actually mount it. The good part is that when I bought the USB handbrake and shifter, it came with like an adjustment plate, or like an extra plate in case I need to alter a little bit the area by which I can mount these on. And I think what I'm gonna do is I don't think I'm gonna mount it for rally style. I'm gonna try to mount it because you can mount it like higher and lower. I'm gonna try to mount the shifter as low as I can, along with like the handbrake. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to mount it as low as possible. Because right now, with how I'm sitting, the handbrake and shifter, they're just a bit too high. Yeah, they're just a bit too high. Like, I would want the wheel to be like higher than like the shifter, just to simulate an actual car. But yeah, this is just what I'm getting. And unfortunately, the problem here is that the wheel stand is gonna get to me by the time Wolong comes out, so yeah, there might be a little bit more delay on the sim racing stream. There might be a bit more delay on that, and that is something I can just say, yeah, I apologize for that. It was not my intention to delay it this much, because I mean, this is a hobby that I really was interested in getting into. It's just that there's just a couple more extra things I need in order to make the experience great. Because if I'm being perfectly honest, if I tried to stream like sim racing right now with like a desk clamp and everything, like, especially with how my mic is placed on my desk, you would hear a lot of rattle through the arm and stuff like that. And I don't have any other place where I can actually put the arm in order to alleviate like the rattle. And the thing is that when I crash in the game, like, that's when the force feedback really rattles the desk, and that's gonna get picked up by the mic so much. And it's possible that's gonna get picked up through the wheel stand, but at least with the wheel stand, I can at least separate the mount from the actual desk itself. And from how it looks like, the Next Level Racing like wheel stand, I can actually adjust it enough that I can hopefully fit it under the desk. That's what I'm hoping. I can hopefully fit it under the desk. Because if I can fit it under the desk, then perfect. That's actually just perfect. I don't want to be as far away as I can from like my monitor, because I don't have the biggest monitor in the world. Actually, can I just see how... What are the dimensions of it? The dimension... I probably should have looked up the dimensions before I actually bought it, huh? Well, let's find out, right? Let's just find out. Okay, where is it? Assembly? Adjustability? Was it adjustability? No, not that. Compatible products. Specifications. Okay, supported height is 4 to 6'9", so 4 to 7 feet. Or Oh, product dimensions. There we go. The length. Okay, the height is 30 inches. So the height is like 31 inches. So I need to see if the height is if it would suck if it's taller than the desk. But at the very least, I can just like stick the slanted part of this like underneath the desk and we'll be fine. Yeah, at least I can do that. But I don't know if my desk actually reaches like 31 inches in height. I would need to go and check that out. I would actually need to check that out. I need to find like a tape measure or something. I can just grab one from downstairs maybe. It's okay. If the dimensions of the wheel stand don't really like match well with like my desk, there's always a way to work around it. There is always a way to work around it, in my opinion. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Oh my god, wait a minute. I just saw how actually heavy this thing is. For those of you using the metric system, the correct system, it is 25 kilograms. But for the savages that use like the standard system, like me, it is 55 pounds. Wow, that is heavy. But oh my god, is that going to be stable? That is 55 pounds of metal right there. That is insane. That is super heavy. Hold on, that is actually super heavy. What? Huh? Wait, I want to see, like, also what... Okay. How heavy is the GT Apex Omega? Do they even have it on their site? What? No, they don't have it on their site. They don't have, like, the weight on their site. Okay, let me see. GT Apex Omega. Weight. So the weight of this... Holy crap. The GT Apex Omega is 34 pounds. So I'm grabbing something with an extra 20 pounds on it. You know what? In terms of just a straight up stability, I'm totally okay with it. It's not like I'm gonna be moving this thing like super far in my room. Just gonna be shoved off to like the side somewhere. Yeah. Jeez, this is gonna be an interesting thing. Cause obviously during the day that it gets to me, I'm probably not even gonna try and set it up, cause I'll be playing a video game I've been looking forward to for a while. I will be playing that. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We will see that. We'll see what happens. I think that's gonna be it for today. As I said, in the title right there, this stream is only gonna be like an hour to like an hour and a half, essentially. I'm still going to like take the time to recover like fully from like my stomach problem. So yeah, I will probably see you guys next time at around like... I want to shoot for Tuesday or Wednesday. I should be absolutely fine by then. Actually, I know I'm going to be fine by then. And at that point, we're going to see if we can play, like... If Ishin gets a patch, we're going to play that. If it doesn't get a patch, then we might actually move to, like... I don't know, I can play, like, Hollow Cure or something. Hollow Cure, Vampire Survivor. Maybe not Power Wash, because I guess we got the just chatting thing, like, out of the way with this stream. But maybe we're gonna play, like... Yeah, let's just shoot for, like, Hollow Cure, Vampire Survivors, or Ishin if it gets a patch. And then, aside from that, the only other game I can think of that we can play is, like, maybe Monster Hunter? I mean, Monster Hunter is... It's implied, in terms of the release schedule, that the next update is going to be the last update for Monster Hunter Rise. So that just tells me that at some point we're going to get news of Monster Hunter World 2, and holy crap, I hope Monster Hunter World 2... I have stuff to say about the transition from Rise over to Monster Hunter World 2. And what I'm going to say is simply that I hope that World 2 just... I don't want it to have, like, the crazy wire bug skills of, like, Monster Hunter Rise. That was specifically for that game, and I'd be totally okay with it, with, like, World 2 not having that. But you really can't go back. You really can't go back to, like, pre-Rise Monster Hunter right now. You really can't. I mean, in the past, I guess they did by going from, like, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, which is like Double Cross in Japan, to World. And in World they didn't have the maybe they had some slight form of what's it called, the hunter skills from like Generations, but it feels like to me that the Generations hunter skills / wirebug skills, that's mostly gonna be like for, you know, I guess that, would you say the handheld generation of Monster Hunters? Because it feels like they're gonna have their big Monster Hunter release, and then for like a couple of years they're gonna release like, you know, a smaller scale Monster Hunter. I think that's what they're going to be doing. I hope with World 2, if they're gonna follow in World's footsteps, they just like, they continue just slowly like adding more sauce to like weapons, but not to the extent of like Rise. Just take what works in Rise, but maintain what the core identity of the weapons are in like were in like World. Like, I don't want the longsword to be the counter king it is right it was for like the longest time in Rise. I don't want dual blades to be like the aerial master. Like, you could leave that to Insectglaive because that's what it was supposed to be, right? And I want, like, Switch Axe to, you know, have a distinction between sword and, like, axe mode. I know that in Rise, they had a great emphasis on the switch part of, like, the Switch Axe, but I kind of want to go back to the identity of the, well, the gameplay style of the Switch Axe before, which is use axe mode if you want a little bit more mobility and you want to build up and basically to build up the sword mode. Then the main brunt of your damage is going to be through like sword mode combos and stuff like that, and micro spacing and stuff like that. Basically, sword mode is the meat, and then axe mode is like the potatoes, essentially. That's what I want. I don't want the whole like just constantly switch between the modes. Even though it's called Switch Axe, I just want there to be like a clear distinction between like both modes, and not really like a blend. That's just me. And also, I want Greatsword to not have strong arm stance anymore. I don't want strong arm stance. I mean, look, strong arm stance just backloads, just loads a Greatsword, all of the Greatsword damage, well, not all of the Greatsword damage, but most of the Greatsword damage into just one move, and that's, in my opinion, not really healthy for, like, the weapon. Like, having a counter stance like that, it kind of ruined the weapon for me. I want the weapon to, like, be the hit-and-run weapon again. I want it to be the hit-and-run weapon. Sure, strong arm stance allows for, like, personal knowledge of, like, the monster's attacks to, like, come out more, because you gotta really know the openings for the attack, the openings for like the monsters, and when you can use strong arm stance to get damage in. But I'd still like the head sniper gameplay. I just want Greatsword to be a head sniper again. Yeah. For hammer, I think hammer's fine. I would say hammer is fine. Like, you could remove impact crater and it wouldn't hamper the weapon at all. In fact, shoot, remove impact crater now, and I mean, it's almost like I didn't have it, because impact crater just isn't like where the damage for like hammer is anymore. Funnily enough. But yeah, hammer was fine. Hammer was fine. It's still fine, so I don't think they need to do much to that. But yeah, oh yeah, make Lance like the counter and micro spacing like king again. Just do that. And then for longsword, just revert longsword back to being like that idea behind the weapon in Monster Hunter DOS, I think. Or was it like whatever Monster Hunter like 2 whatever in that series of games, it was there to land a constant barrage of attacks, and then obviously add in like the micro spacing and all of that. It's supposed to be like, if you play the weapon well, you're just gonna be constantly attacking, essentially. Like not really a lot of this counter stuff, because you know the lance is supposed to already like do that, right? At least that's what I think. But yeah, I just hope that they introduce that kind of philosophy with World 2. Also, introduce some new weapons. I think we're at a point where we can introduce like a new weapon to the series, because I mean, shoot, it's been like almost a decade, or maybe like a decade or more, since the last new weapon, which was like Insect Glaive and Charge Blade, I think. Those were the latest, those were the, in terms of the main series, those were like the newest weapons. Yeah, so introduce a new weapon. Like, introduce that one axe from that like from that like mobile game that, you know, isn't around anymore. That would be fun. Just introduce a new weapon. Come on Capcom. Just introduce a new weapon. That would really just like garner like that little bit more of extra interest into the game, like to, you know, to keep things fresh. Because like having a game now where like you would have having the same array of weapons now would just, you know, it would just kind of fall flat to me, unless they really made some changes to like the weapons to like have them more distinct from each other. Because the problem I have with Rise at the moment is that I can't really stick to a weapon, because none of them really speak to me anymore. It used to be Switch Axe, but after playing Monster Hunter Frontier and playing that version of Switch Axe, I just can't play the Switch Axe in Rise anymore. I love Light Sword mode, and I kind of hope that in World 2, Switch Axe has that kind of like aspect of like the Frontier identity to it. Not necessarily Light Sword mode, but I guess you could say Monster Hunter Online would work. Monster Hunter Online like Switch Axe. You know, the Chinese MMO. I would be okay with that. That would be super fine for me. I just don't want the brunt of like Switch Axe's damage to be in its Switch combo. Yeah, I just don't want that. I want it to be Axe mode, Sword mode, distinct. That's what I want. But yeah. Anyway, that's just my rant on like Monster Hunter. I might be going a bit over time for me, so I'm just gonna go and end the stream. A short one today. Like I said, I need to recover a little bit. So the next time I'm gonna be streaming, hopefully, is gonna be, I would hope, Tuesday or like Wednesday, give or take. I mean, we'll play either like Vampire Survivor or Hollow Cure or Ishin, or Like a Dragon Ishin if it gets a patch. But other than that, I don't really have a lot of games installed, because I loaded all of my memory in this computer to Assetto Corsa, and I already know I'm not going to be able to play that until I get the wheel stand. So, look forward to that in the future. Me, car driving, yay. Do I have any other car games? I have Forza Horizon 4. Why don't I have Forza Horizon 5? What the hell? Okay, so I guess I have Forza Horizon 4, and also Need for Speed Heat. Jeez, I am behind. I am really behind. Well, we'll see what happens. Alright. I think that's gonna be it for me today. Thank you for dropping by, and thank you for listening. I will go now. I will rest up more, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, so take care, have a good day, and I'm out. Take care.